EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This is Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Lauletta on first down. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green.
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Lauletta looking for a first down throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Robert Nkemdiche in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, Lauletta. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run on first down. Campbell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, Darnold going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold on first down. On the catch, it's Crowder. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the handoff, here's Campbell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Hurry up.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold now on second down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Miller. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Robert Nkemdiche, the one to bring him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Lauletta. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now it's Crowder. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Leopard! Hey. 4 down. No. Check. Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Lauletta. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Lauletta. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. To the air yet again, Lauletta. Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And Tate's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all of that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Dancing to his left. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Darnold from the red zone now. That's caught right side by Anderson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out, and this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Higbee, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go!
To throw on second down. Shepard. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Shepard. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Crowder now to return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Off play action. Shepard on the move to his left. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out come the Jets. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On the run, it's Campbell. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, they run with Campbell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Kayvon Webster on the defensive side able to get a hand in. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Tim carry now for Lamar Miller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Shepard, he'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Robert Nkemdiche in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Shepard. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On first down, Campbell, and some room to maneuver. There he goes left side, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Shepard caught right side, Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play.
Lamar Miller. And they'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans draw a bit closer. He just bumped up his personal stats with a second score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up and starts to think about contract time, that's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you've got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think that. I just appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have him in fantasy.
Well, you are.
Thanks. New York set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Darnold finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A first down throw, Darnold. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DJ Reader in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go. Brad 38! Brad 38! Ohio! Ohio!
They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! White, 90! White!
To throw on 2nd down, Shepard. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Tate. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Throwing on first down, Shepard. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
From the gun on 3rd down. Shepard escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Tate. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's
On 1st and 10, Shepard trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to, and I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run on 1st down. Campbell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Campbell. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Very quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watching that, Barney!
They'll give to the big man, Campbell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Play action. It's Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Off of play action, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Campbell, and a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, You can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll run with a big man, Campbell, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Jets have got it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped immediately there. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Campbell. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Campbell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ball game. This from 54 yards away. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. Back to throw. And that's incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, I was by the stove. Big inside this case is one. You do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a, I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now he's wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Track how G go too fast. I don't need one no seatbelt. Bad little got no upgrade. Now she got. How about the range on? Who is little baby? He going in. Man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them to the hood while I'm touring. Making plays out of town like I'm Jordan. Need to go get your. Walk on my way, I'ma score it. Lamborghini, I don't want no Porsches. I'm on fire, don't touch me, I'm torching. Had the fish on my teeth, I went fortunate. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'ma make it a Forbes. They load me in the bed like he 40. I be sitting inside of the Moreland. Ain't no strings attached, keeping it cordless. She keep calling, but I keep ignoring it. Ain't no stopping, I'm keeping it for it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go.
I spent the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Got like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that white on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Then I got tired with you. All of these my body, I got paid somebody keep checking my pose. Walking in the club with no warning, take care of the money. They swing on the. Water on me like the sunny, I shine when it's sunny, this platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mall.
Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes.